When did deployment change your relationship with your family back home? Being overseas for 11 months made me realize my little sister Katie wasn't so little anymore. I left when she was 13, pigtails and Pokemon cards still spread all over her desk. The kid who needed help reaching cereal boxes and asked me to check under her bed for monsters. When I video called home from base in Afghanistan, she'd wave from behind mom's shoulder for maybe 30 seconds before running off to do whatever 13-year-olds do. Standard stuff. I was more worried about my gear malfunctioning than anything happening back home. But these calls started getting weird around month 6. Katie would grab the laptop and talk to me for hours. She'd show me her room, which suddenly looked different. The Pokemon posters were gone. She had makeup scattered on her dresser. She was wearing clothes I didn't recognize. Mom kept saying she was fine, just growing up fast. Dad would nod and change the subject to my unit or when I was coming home. But something felt off. Katie's energy was different. She seemed anxious, kept looking over her shoulder during our calls. Then one night, she video called me at 2 a.m. my time. Her eyes were puffy like she'd been crying. She whispered that she needed to tell me something but couldn't let mom and dad hear. My stomach dropped. You know that feeling when you're thousands of miles away and completely helpless? She told me that mom had been dating someone new. Some guy named Trevor who came over when dad was working late shifts. Katie said mom made her promise not to tell anyone, especially not me, because it would just worry me while I was deployed. I felt like someone punched me in the gut. Here I was, getting shot at by people I didn't know, thinking about my family safe at home. Meanwhile, my parents' marriage was falling apart, and my 13-year-old sister was carrying this huge secret. The worst part? Katie said Trevor was nice to her face, but would say mean things about me when mom wasn't around. Called me a loser who couldn't hack it in the real world, so I had to play soldier instead. Katie defended me every time, which just made everything more awkward for her. She begged me not to confront mom about it, said she was already stressed enough and didn't need me calling from Afghanistan to make it worse. So I was stuck. Do I blow up my family from 7,000 miles away, or let my kid sister handle this mess alone? I started calling more often just to check on Katie. She'd update me on the Trevor situation like she was giving military intelligence reports. Mom and Trevor went to dinner Tuesday. Trevor brought flowers Friday. Trevor stayed over Saturday night. She was way too young to be managing adult drama like this. The breaking point came when Katie called me crying because she'd walked in on mom and Trevor talking about selling our house, the house I grew up in, the house I was planning to come home to. They were discussing it like I didn't exist, like my room could just become a home office or something. That night, I called mom directly. Didn't mention Katie told me anything, just said I was having a hard time and needed to hear familiar voices. So could we do longer family calls? Mom agreed, probably feeling guilty. During these longer calls, I started noticing things. How mom would quickly close her laptop if dad walked by. How she'd schedule our calls around dad's work schedule. How she'd get nervous if anyone knocked on the door during our conversations. When I finally came home on leave, everything was different. Katie had grown 4 inches and started wearing makeup. She hugged me at the airport like I'd been gone for years, which I guess I had been. In kid time, 11 months is forever. The house felt weird too. Different furniture arrangements, new pictures on the walls that didn't include me. Mom was being extra nice, making all my favorite foods and asking about my deployment constantly. Dad seemed tired all the time and kept working late. Katie pulled me aside my second day back and told me the whole truth. Mom and dad were getting divorced. Trevor was moving in after I left again. They were planning to tell me after my deployment ended completely, so I wouldn't be distracted overseas.